Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time, if you could like, subscribe, and maybe ring that bell down there. Hopefully my videos will show you some things or show you some side of things that you might not have seen before. This video is going to be a couple of things that I want to go ahead and be upfront about. I was really excited to get this antenna. This is the DX Commander Rapide Antenna. I was really excited to get it, and I was really excited to get it up and on the air, and I screwed up in a couple of different spots. So pay attention to the actual directions and do what Cal says to do, and you will have a lot better time in doing it. I.e. in the cut chart, if you read it, he says to add a couple of inches into your cut so that you can put your forks on there, but don't add the extra couple of inches for the loop that you have to put at the end of the element. So hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and get your DX Commander antennas on the air quicker than I have. But here's the video. Hope you stick around. Hope you enjoy what you see. So thanks a lot. All right, I posted a picture of the shipping label on the Toads Discord yesterday whenever I got this package, and now I'm going to open it up and we're going to look inside and see what exactly it is. You've probably already seen what the surprise is in the thumbnail or the title of this video, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This is the all-new DX Commander Rapide 7-meter multi-band HF antenna. All right, so here, let's show you what it looks like in here. It's wrapped up pretty good. Got the antenna here. Sorry, you got the pole here, and then you got the rest of the antenna stuff down there. I'm gonna pull it out this box. Also, welcome to my kitchen. Right. Wow, this is super light. I'm gonna go weigh this here in a second, but the whole box weighed 7 pounds or 7.8 pounds whenever I weighed it yesterday. And the box fell down into the box, so that's cool. But yeah, so it weighed a total of 7.8 pounds. I'm gonna weigh it at the end of this build and see exactly how much it weighs in total. But let's go ahead and cut this open. Let's take a look at this 7-meter pole that our friend Callum sent us, and check it out. Man, it is taped in here pretty well. You can't really see it off camera, but I'm having to break this up because I cannot get the tape to cut off. Not a big deal. And whenever I say sent us, I purchased this antenna. Callum did not send it. I am not doing this as a paid promotion or anything of that sort. But I do have to say that I asked on a live stream one day, a few weeks ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, if Callum was gonna do like a business partnership with somebody in the US so that people could get their items quick, and he doesn't really need to. So I ordered this, I think it was Thursday or Friday of last week, and it shipped on Monday, and I got it yesterday. So it took about 3 days. So this is the 7-meter pole. And we're going to measure it and all kinds of stuff, but I'm going to go weigh this real quick, and I'll tell you exactly how much it weighs in just a second. All right, let's get the rest of this stuff out. Got a box. Got a bag with some paracord and the nuts and bolts and all the fixings, and then Then we have a roll of the antenna wire. This is the DX10 antenna wire. It says the conductor is 24/0.2 millimeter by 0.65 millimeter RT. This is made in England for Cal. And there's 100 meters of wire on this roll right here. And then let's see what's in this box. All right, inside this box, awesome. We got our PL259 connector with the fork on the end of it. Got a little bit of tape. Sweet. Got some stickers in here, and it looks like, let's see what else that is. Cut that open. It looks like there is a, oh man, that is awesome. Cal also sends you a QSL card with his club call on it. That is cool right there, man. I like that a lot. Awesome. Thanks, Cal. If you're watching this somehow, some way, I appreciate this. I love these cards, man. That's awesome. And I like how you signed it right there. I appreciate it, man. I'm sure this is just your, this is like a receipt or something that you send with all of your antennas. But I, for one, I like cards, and I appreciate this right here a whole lot. And I appreciate it, man. I said appreciate like 10 times. But anyways, so in the box, we got, in America, we call it aluminum. Just messing with you. Some aluminum plates. This is your driven plate. This is your ground plate, made out of aluminum. And then there are 3 plastic plates that are your spreaders, your guy plate, and your antenna wires go up the pole to these here. So put those back in the box, and then I'm going to go outside and measure this and show you that here in just a second. All right, we'll be back in a second. All right, now we're outside. Just show you how tall this is collapsed. I'm about 6 foot tall. Comes up to right here, right under the Ham Radio DX on my t-shirt. Use a tape measure, and from the ground to the tip, we're about 116 centimeters, which is roughly 45 and 3/4 inches tall. So it's a little tall. Like if you were gonna take it on a soda, Adam, we know you take big stuff with you all the time, but for some people this might be a little too tall for them. But I just put it on the scale a minute ago, and it weighs less than 2 pounds. So I think that, you know, the height shouldn't really matter that much. It's super light, and you could be able to throw it on your back. So I know that's not what Cal designed it to do, but it is possible. Anyways, let's talk about the pole a little bit. It is a very nice construction. It has some, I'd almost say non-skid right here, so that you can get a good grip on it. In his directions, I was kind of confused what he was talking about the white marks, and we'll talk about that a little later, but here's the white marks that he's referring to. And then he has a super nice DX Commander sticker on his pole, and it says, "Do not use around power lines." So, you know, and pop open this. You look inside, and it looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 elements to this, or pieces to this, if you want to call it that. And I'm going to back up and I'm going to expand it out. So we'll see exactly how tall it is. I'll lay it down on the ground and measure it again. All right, so I just learned something, that there were some smaller pieces that were in there that I didn't see. They got they extended a little bit while I was extending it. Anyways, it's also got an eyelet here on the top. I remember Cal saying that in his other videos, and I just didn't see it in there whenever I was looking. But I guess it's so short that I couldn't see it in there. But anyways, we'll extend it back out. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's actually 7 sections. So let's back up so you can see the whole thing. I think you can see me way out here. So 7 sections, and then we're going to stand it up. So I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm going to kind of talk a little louder, but yeah, it's pretty tall. I know that there's some power lines behind me. I'm not going that way. Let's lay it down and we're going to measure it out. I'm going to lay it in the grass over here. All right, I laid it down in the grass. You can see it right there. And this little area right here that you see, that's actually where I'm gonna stand it up at. And I'll show you that in just a second. So I'm gonna go measure it again and see how long it is. Okay, so I got the tape measure right here, roughly at the bottom, right there. All right, and then we're gonna walk up this way. That's 5 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet, and then the eyelet is right here at 21 feet and 8 inches. 21.8, or actually 21.8.5, or 661-ish centimeters, or 7 meters, I think. I don't know, I can't math and at the time. But anyways, so this is the area that I'm going to be putting this pole in, and I'll show you that. All right. So think about right here is about even. I'm gonna have enough room to put all my radials. They may not be that long, but there's gonna be enough linear footage to cover the radials. So, and then I think I may make the tie-offs a little long so that I can just tie it off to the fence. We'll figure that out whenever we get there. All right, so that's that. Let's make it small again. Go back in the house. All right, welcome back to the kitchen. We've taken everything out of the bags, put them in bowls for your bolts and nuts and forks and all that kind of good stuff. Got the pole sitting here. We got the driven plate and the ground plate here. And then we have our plastic. And then I have the carabiner things here. I gotta say, don't use these carabiners right here, these little bitty plastic ones, for guying. Don't use it. It's not what they're designed for. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab a Sharpie and I'm gonna write on this what band goes where. All right, I'm looking at the guide on my iPad, and you can't see it. There it goes. And I am going to be doing the 40 meter version, 40 meters. I'm going to take out 30 and I'm going to do 40. So I forgot to grab a Sharpie, so let me grab that real quick. All right, so I grabbed the Sharpie and I wrote it on the aluminum, as you can see. I don't know if these, they don't look like they're gonna, oh yeah, it is gonna rub off a little bit. So what I might do is I have a vinyl cutter. I might cut some little numbers out and put them on here. But I don't know if I'll actually do that or not. Maybe I'll take a piece of tape or something, write on a piece of paper. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But this is gonna be good enough for right now. I'm gonna put that 1.5 back on there. Oh, you know what I could use? I could use a paint pen. So, all right, I wrote those in yellow paint pen. We'll see which one rubs off first. If that doesn't work very well, then I will get something else and do that. All right. So the next thing I want to do is, yes, I'm doing this a little bit out of order. I get it. I'm going to take the SO239 and I'm going to disconnect it. And in the directions, Cal says that you can throw out the washers. I'm going to hold on to those. I might use this for another project. And then take the 239, put it through the hole on the fork side, right? And then you put the nut back on. You got to use the nut, because if not, it is not going to. It's not going to stay in place. So, oh, come on. I know some people like to watch people put stuff together, so that's why I'm doing this, but there it is. It wasn't wanting to go on very good. All right, so went and grabbed my 10mm wrench. I also grabbed a 10mm socket. So tell me down in the comments if this socket disappears in other countries like it does in America. Seems to be the most needed socket around, but usually whenever you go to look for one, it's not there. So tell me down in the comments if you have that problem in other countries. Anyways, so like we did just a minute ago, we took that SO239, we made it so that the fork is facing inwards like the direction says. I tightened this down, this nut here. And then the next thing is to use the tape that's supplied, and you put it right here to keep water from getting into in between. So, all right, so nuts with or bolts with washers. So there's that. Got that done. Again, I wrote my my bands on here. I have some sloppy handwriting, if you can see that. So that's cool. Then I'm going to back this one off just a little bit, just to show you how this is going to go. So you're going to have your ground plane plate, if you will, and then right above that you're going to have your driven plate, and then those are going to be a distance away that Cal is determined to work the best, and you're going to hook your SO239 right there to that one in the middle, and then these are going to be on the pole, and then you'll have your radials running off of this plate into whatever directions it is that you have available to you. 360 degrees would be great, but like he says in his videos and also in the instructions, if you can only do 180, that'll work too, or 90 degrees, that'll work too. But the more important thing is you don't necessarily need a whole lot of distance off of these, right? Out. You could do 24 radials at 10 feet off of this, or you could do 48 at 5 feet off of this, or you could do another combination of sizes or lengths. It's the overall linear distance of your radials that matter more than how many there are. That's my understanding. Again, in the comments, if I'm wrong on that, please correct me. So I did a couple of things off of camera. As you can see, I went ahead, let me turn that the right way, and put some tape on the SO239. Earlier I said I wasn't going to do that yet, and I don't know why I said that, because this is weatherproofing, not doesn't need beads with numbers on it. So I went ahead and used the tape that was provided, and then I threw a couple of pieces of electrical tape over it just to be on the safe side. I've never used the tape that came with it, but it seemed to stick to itself pretty well. But you know, you can never be too extra safe, I guess. And then I put the driven and the ground plate onto the pole. And now I'm going to measure out our elements and start that process. So let's change the camera angle. I'm actually going to stay in the house, and I'm going to use the floor to measure it out. And I have my roll of DX10 right there. And we'll get to that in just a second. So I'm going to do 16 feet 7 inches twice. Okay, I'm going to roll this up for right this second. I'm going to roll this up for right now. I'm going to use the horn method that Adam talked about. Man, I'm just name dropping all over the place, aren't I? All right. That's going to be a little easier to work with. Doesn't have to be totally that. I'm going to set this on the table. So I'm using a calculator online because I don't metric. Anyways, 4.78 meters is a little over 188 inches, which, looking at my tape measure, 188 inches is about 15 feet 8 inches, or 8.5 inches rather. So I'll cut it a little long, just because a little long is better than a little short. Pretty sure I already said that once. And we only have to go one time this time, so it's a little easier. All right, so also I'm using diagonal cutters to cut this. So 17 meters is 3.81 meters long for a quarter wave, which is 150 inches. So I'm gonna measure out 150 and cut that. 15 meters is 3.21, and that is 126.37 inches, so I'll do 126.5-ish. So 12 meters is 3.04 meters for a quarter wave, which equates to 119.68 inches. So I'm going to cut it at 120 inches. All right. And then the last band that we're going to be cutting is 10 meters. And 10 meters for a quarter wave is 2.65 meters, which is 104.33. So again, we'll cut it at 104.5. All right, we're finally outside. I did a few things while I was waiting on my delivery to get here. I put the forks on, added some heat shrink, and then my delivery finally showed up. So I have the little numbers that looks backwards to you there. But so this is my 40 meter element, and I'm gonna put on my guy plates and my spreaders, and we're gonna get this done. So just like Cal said in his thing, I have my antenna up on a couple of chairs so that you're not bending over completely to the ground. If you see that right there, that's my in-fed half wave. So I'm gonna put guy plate on, mid spreader and top spreader, I think is what it's called. And we will get this going. And then this hose clamp goes right above the guy plate. So let me put that in place. All right, we got that on. Now let's grab move the camera just a little bit closer. I'm gonna grab my 40 meter element. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do the windy coil. So hold on a second. Let me look at the directions again. All right, so if I got this right, I'm gonna move the camera over here a little closer so people can see. So coming off of the driven plate, I got the 40 meter, right? Okay. So I put a little strain relief, I guess, right there. And then I'm gonna start doing my 13 turns. So. All right. So now let's get this looking a little better here. Got them all straightened out. Cars are passing by. Okay, so 13. And then I think I need to move it up a little bit. I'm not 100% sure if where it's at matters, but I will try to make it as close to how Cal has his so that I can understand how this works. So count them off again. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And this is going to go that way. Grab some more tape. An extra set of hands would be awesome. I do not have an extra set of hands at the moment. Oh, come on. Shucks. All right, some more tape. All right, so something I wanted to remind you of. These are Jubilee clips. Okay, these are used for your antenna elements. They are not used for guying. Here, let me put this one together. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, got a little bitty piece right there. Do a little hand over tie, right? Put a little knot in it so that this piece can't come back out. Okay, then you take the Jubilee clip, okay, and you put these in there like this. All right, and they lock in place, and then it's going to hold your element in place. All right, now carabiners are these kind of things here, right? These kind of things here, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, these are Ozark Trail. It says that they're weighted for 60 pounds, which is way more than this antenna weighs. I got these at the store for $1.85. So remember, use these for guying and these for antenna or antenna elements. Guying elements. Cool? Something else I wanted to mention, I'm using electrical tape to make these loops, so that way if I do need to either lengthen or shorten the element a little bit, it's electrical tape, and it's not the, well, I didn't bring it out here with me, but it's not the heat shrink, because the heat shrink would be a real pain in the butt to take that off and then, you know, change the element around and then put it back on and all that. So I'm going to use electrical tape to start with, and then once I have it where I want it, then I will go from there. So let me go finish this 17 meter element, and I'll get back over here to talk a little more in just a second. All right, so I just got the good old "your phone is gonna die" warning. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do the last 3 elements, 15, 12, and 10, and then I'll be back to talk a little more. All right, I ran out of sunlight yesterday, so here I am again. Got the Rapide up, as you can see, and don't have it quite fully tuned yet, but with the way that I have it set up right now, with 4 packs of 4 10.5-ish long radials laid out on the ground inside of this little area, I got near flat SWR on 40 meters at 7.175 up to 297. It's about 2-ish, but that's good. I'm good with that. And then for 20 meters at 14.225, it's about flattish, up to 0.350 or 347 rather. It's about 2 also, so it's doing good. I did mess up the 17 meter element, so I got to fix that, but other than that, it's working good. So I'm gonna fix what I need to do, and I'll do a follow-up video at some time later. If you stuck around this long and you haven't subscribed, liked, or rang that bell down there, please do those things, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks again, everybody. 7-3.